Okay, so the College Football Playoff Committee has released their findings and their results, and the results are Michigan number one. Oh God, Washington number two, Texas number three, and Alabama number four. So it'll be Michigan and Alabama for the Rose Bowl, and it will be Texas and Washington for the Sugar Bowl. The biggest surprise here, to everybody's dismay, is is Florida State being left out at number five, I believe it was. They went 13-0, undefeated, perfect season, and was left out. The immediate aftermath has been nothing but negative for the College Football Committee. I was also shocked because I also just was not entirely like caring overall. I was just like, whatever happens, happens. But I didn't actually really think that they leave them out. But they did. So what does that mean for college football in general? I think overall it means nothing. Because if we really think about it, we're moving to a whole new system next year with 12 teams. So Florida State can go undefeated as many years as they want after that. And they'll get in each time and it won't matter. However, short term, what this precedent is, I don't know if this precedent, I don't know why my thing does that now. I don't know what this precedent means overall, but basically what they did is they punished Florida State for losing their star quarterback. And I happen to think that that is kind of dumb, and I think most people think that's stupid. Hold on. Jeez. Not gonna start over. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so I think that's dumb. I don't know why you punish a team just for losing a quarterback. I don't know. Overall, like I said before, I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. Of course, if I put my team in that shoes, if my team had lost their quarterback and they were undefeated, I would feel slighted. So I understand the Florida State man's anger and frustration. Not judging it and not telling them not to feel angry. They can feel whatever the heck they want to feel. Yeah, so I've been online looking at all the responses from being like, this devalues college football completely, to Florida fans making fun of Florida State for not making it in. And I understand it's a rivalry or whatever. But I mean, we weren't even good enough to make a bowl game, so I'm not even gonna like sit there and like make fun of them or be happy that they didn't get in. Other big things that happened in college football world. There are a bunch of games gonna happen called bowl games. If you didn't know, that'll be happening probably in like 2 weeks at the latest. So those will be really exciting. But yeah, I think if I were a commissioner, I definitely would have put Florida State in there at number four. Yeah, Alabama is a good team or whatnot. Even if you don't think they're a good team, I think they're a better team than what people give them credit for. And I don't think their schedule showed how good their team is actually. Because that defense is amazing. And while Jalen Milroe is not like this cookie cutter quarterback, he's more of an Anthony Richardson type, where like he can run and he can definitely throw if you give him a shot. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think I will pick these games separately, I believe. I think I'll break them down maybe, but I'll give you a sneak preview of what I'm going to choose. Will I do that? Nah, I don't think I will. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have time to actually sit down and like preview these games like completely, like fully, as much as I'd like to. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. But yeah. So is there anything else I wanted to say about this at all? I thought there was like something I wanted to talk about completely related. Oh, conference realignment. So Florida State says that they wanted to leave the ACC for a while, but unfortunately they're stuck in the ACC, which the Atlantic Coastal Conference is what it's called, until 2036, contractually obligated to be in there. I'm sure they're going to fight and tooth and nail to definitely try to get out of the ACC now. I don't know how well that's going to look. In terms of destinations for them, there are the two big ones. There's the Southeastern Conference and there's the Big Ten. I've heard people talk about them going to the Big Ten more than the Southeastern Conference because there's no buy-in. For the Big Ten, you just go in and you just automatically start not contributing money, whereas like the SEC has like a, what is it? What is it? Like it takes like 5 years for you to be fully bought into the conference, financially, like start reaping the benefits or something. I don't know. So we'll see. If it were up to me, I'd put them in the Southeastern Conference just because we're already right there. But because I also think that I don't know if this is true, so this is total speculation, but I heard that the Big Ten has like a hospital, quota of like, they want like big giant hospitals in their conferences. I don't know what, of course that has nothing to do with football, but like, I don't know how good the Florida State hospital is compared to the Big Ten hospitals. So I know the Big Ten has lots of big old hospitals. As going to the UW-Madison one plenty of times in my life, I have seen it. I'd imagine a lot of the more northeast and Midwest hospitals are like really built up because of the start of the country, immigration, and things of that sort, and like manufacturing or something like that, and just, what is it called? Migration flow? I don't know. Anyway, that's really all I had today in terms of the college football talking stuff. I wish all teams the best of luck. I think the most exciting game will probably be, I think Michigan and Alabama should have been the night game. I don't think that should have been, I think that one should have been the late night game, not the Washington-Texas game. But whatever. I wish that they really did I will talk about this one thing before I hang it up. So I believe that the Rose Bowl should be counted as a whole separate bowl game and not be included inside the college football playoff format or New Year's Six format. I've watched a number of those games over the years, and it is probably the best one overall because it's got the parade, it's got the roses. It always has a really good matchup no matter what, except for the year that Iowa went in and got absolutely throttled by Stanford. That was pretty boring. But overall, it's been pretty exciting and a pretty good matchup for that bowl thing. So I would personally, I also like to keep it Big Ten, what is it? ACC? No, Big Ten, Pac-12. I know the Pac-12 is going away too. Like, I'm going to do a more in-depth video of like the whole landscape of college football. I didn't talk to him. I actually donated to Uncle Lou, and I was like, hey Lou, what do you think about the redesign, relocation? And he made the point that they're not taking horse and buggy, as he put it, to go play football games. They're taking planes now, and I wholeheartedly understand that. But I'm also just kind of like, I don't get I'm not a player and I've never been a player, and I'd love to see what a player has to say after like 2 years of being in this new system of like being a Rutgers player and having to fly to California to play UCLA, USC, and then I don't know how they set the schedule up, but I think they made it so like, I don't know how it's going to work either. So I don't know if they're going to have to like be out there for like those 4 weeks of football and then go back, because I personally cannot see an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old being unpaid, most likely, or not paid enough in their minds, going from New Jersey to California, back to New Jersey, playing 2 home games, and going back to Oregon. Like, I personally can't see it. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll make it like baseball where like you have to be out there. You're going to be out on the West Coast for like those 4 weeks, and they're going to match it up all for like, it's going to be back to back to back where you're going to play Oregon, Washington, UCLA, and Oregon, Washington, USA, and USC or something like that. I don't know. Like I could see that working, but then you really can't push this narrative of what would be that narrative of education comes first in the NCAA. Now what they could do is there's this education thing where you can go to another university and study there, but still be at the university that you are signed up to go to. They could do that, where like they take classes at USC, UCLA, or whatever campus they're going to. Vice versa. They could do something of that sort. I don't know how that would work or if that would be a thing that they'd be interested in, but I think that could work. But if I was in a perfect world, it would just be a regional thing. You'd make the 12-team playoff, and you just take the Power 5 and the Big 2, and you put them in there, and you figure it out from there. That would be my solution, because I think the 14 playoff obviously was stupid. People pointed out how stupid it was when it first was introduced, as you had a Power 5 conference set up, but you had only 4 teams. So what the fuck does that mean and look like? So obviously they were going to leave somebody out. We just didn't know what that would look like overall. The committee gave us that one time where they gave us Cincinnati in the playoff, and that was obviously going to be a sham and complete BS game to watch, and it was, because there's no way in hell Cincinnati matches up against Alabama or whoever else was in that year. So yeah, but I'm glad they got to go. But yeah, you can, yeah. So that's really all I got. There's already a 12-minute video. I didn't mean to make it this long. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the section below. And yeah, leave yours in the section below. I'm going to sit here, clean up my dinner, and go to bed. All right. Goodbye.